Praise the Lord, everybody. I'm Mrs. Cook. This is the family that God has blessed me with. To God be the glory for the great things that He has done. And remember, this is the family that we are, no matter what.
What a Cook say it again? Yeah, 26. This is the house that Billy Cook built. Yeah, Billy Cook sing.
No matter what path we take, no matter what choice we make, no matter who comes and goes, I'm a cook for show. No matter.
Welcome, peeps. What's going on, Zam? What's up?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Gonna have one more graduation to attend, and then that'll be it. I think one set of my grandkids are gonna be out of school. They got 2 more days to go. Wednesday is their last day.
Okay.
So,
All right.
mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's graduations happening all around us, people. I'm talking about everywhere. And I mean, you just it's just graduations everywhere. You know. Um, and I am just want to say congratulations. Congratulations, to everyone on graduating. Me, myself, I'm trying to get in school. That's where I am. Y'all getting out, and I'm trying to get in. And when you owe money, I'm gonna just throw it out there. People want their money. Especially you finna go back to the same school. You understand me that you left. Okay. Yes, I am a college dropout of one of the colleges I done been to. U of H. I've been to U of H, took RE U of H. I've been to Prairie View and was out there in the financial aid debacle, so couldn't go forward at Prairie View. I paid that off, okay? Because, you're going to owe for that, okay? And now I want to do journalism, and I want to do journalism, communications, and something else. I ain't figured that part out. But that's what I want to do. I did the financial aid and all that stuff. And, they going to tell you got a bill, They going to say, I know you're excited, but, till you do right by me. That's what it's going Every attempt to be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every attempt for you to attend is going to fail, So here I am. Now, I got to tell y'all about my day, Zam. I got to do it.
Yeah, come on with it.
I got to. So I'm working this temp job at this Harris County place. That's how I'm gonna say. I can't tell you which one, just a Harris County place. And while I've been there, now I'm gonna tell y'all, when I first got this job, I was excited because everywhere I looked, there was a Black woman. I was like, whoa! I'm talking about just Black women just walking down the halls, going to their office, I mean, it was Black women everywhere. I mean, it was like two, 3 Black men I saw, but it was Black folk everywhere. I was excited. I was like, man, this is Chocolate City, I was like, I'm where I'm supposed to be right now. Mind you, came in on a temporary contract, so they said temp to perm. Okay, all right. First week I was there was cool. They was teaching me how to do stuff, blah blah blah. Very easy admin work and a little bit of mail up in there. Okay, so one day, my daughter works on the other side of the building. So I was like, girl, I'm in the same building with you. On my lunch break, you come over here, or I'll come over there, whichever one. Cause
Mm-hmm.
I thought weed was free. So I wasn't even thinking, maybe she can't. You know what I'm saying? Cause she got clearance too. You know what I mean? She got a whole ID card. She ain't coming up off the street. She on the other side of the building.
Mm-hmm.
So we started having lunch together, all this good stuff, and uh 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 somebody snitched on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think it was a snitching situation. I mean, I introduced her to people. I didn't think it was a problem because she wasn't just my daughter. She worked on the other side of the building.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So the lady sent me an email that has come to my attention that you had a visitor in your office. So I said, you know, uh, you know, I met the lady in the middle. I mean, I came to see what she wanted. So she told me that I'm handling mail, and uh I know it's your daughter, but she, if she come over here for lunch, close your door. I guess she was saying it's snitches or in the building. So I still hadn't registered what was happening because I was just taking a lunch, right?
Right. Right.
So she was coming over for lunch and everything, and I mean, she come over, then she leave and go home from there. So she would bring her backpack, computer, and all that. And after lunch, and my lunch was like at 2:30. Now I'm gonna get y'all to listen, cause the job assignment is ending. I can give y'all the tea on this whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
So come to find out, the lady that I was sharing administrative duties with, she takes her lunch at 12:30. So she's back at 1:30, which I have to cover the phones for her. So I can't take my lunch at 12. Right?
Right.
I have
Mm-hmm.
to wait till she come back to take my lunch, which is at 2:30. Okay. So I tell the lady, I said, well, since we taking late lunches, I'm gonna just take it round about the end of the day and just take it on in. Now you can't be doing that. Now this is the lady. This ain't my supervisor. You understand me? So I'm I ain't figured out that this is the lady that's snitching, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So daughter come over, whatever. I'm proud. I introduce, hey, this is my daughter. She work over there at CPT, right? So
Mm-hmm.
she she snitched. Oh, again. Oh, she walking all around the building. She got a daughter walking all around in the building. We got confidential information. I didn't see no envelopes on the floor in the hallway. I didn't see no names of clients and nothing on the floor in the hallway. So I didn't understand how she was seeing confident. Now, let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in Black City. I'm still in Chocolate City. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I go into my office because now I'm starting to feel some kind of way. Like maybe I'm in a bondage situation. And I got
Mm-hmm.
to get my cheddar, I got to get my cheese, I got to get my paper. So, I told my daughter, I say, hey, when you come over, come directly in my office, close the door. So the rodeo came in town. We had to shift from one side of the office to the other side of the office because they were taking up carpet. We get to the other side of the office. I get a whole nother office on the other side of the building that's closer to my daughter. So she comes in at 2, because my lunch is at 1:30. It's over at 2:30.
Mm-hmm.
So she come in the office with all her things as usual. Somebody snitched on me. Now, mind you, I'm still not in the snitch. I don't even understand why we snitching when we grown as hockey sticks. Okay. We
Uh-huh.
real grown. We real grown. And I'm like, why a person just can't, what is the snitching for? So I'm like, girl, whatever. So one day we're eating lunch, right? I got all the mail on my desk covered with white paper and cardboard because this is what the supervisor instructed me to do. So, because she was in there and she just might see some mail and decide to tell somebody
Mm-hmm.
she saw some mail. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I don't know. So the lady, the head lady, the head honcho in charge, right?
Mm-hmm.
That now this the same lady that my daughter done sung happy birthday to. You
Uh-huh.
understand me? Same lady.
Mm-hmm.
He walks in. My daughter is on the phone with her supervisor, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so she had to pull her computer out right quick and do something because when your supervisor call, you got to go and do it.
Right.
Lady came in, whole face just turned stank. Now, out of all the months, out of all the months I've been at this place, this lady has never walked in my office. All of a sudden, out the blue, you walk in my office, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, some people think I was born last night, but I ain't say nothing. So, the lady is stank facing my daughter to the. I'm talking about when I say stank facing her to the point to where she's like, "Mama, I'm finna get ready to go." So the lady calls me into the file closet. Come here, let me speak with you a minute. She taller than me. She taller than me. And let me tell y'all something. Tall people love to kind of push me around a little bit. So, but it's cool. I know I'm short. We get in there and she gets to talk. She gets to, I thought you were told that your daughter can't be over here. I said, no, I was told that if my daughter is in my office to cover up mail, anything that could,
That
anything.
has to do with your job.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, and what is she doing in there anyway? I say, we take our lunch together. And they didn't tell me I could not have lunch with her. Well, because it was like 2:15. It's 2. Why would she be here this late on a lunch? I said, because that's how they set my lunch at 1:30 to 2:30. Oh, well, well, she needs to leave. Now, I've been grown for a long time, so sometimes I have to remember, I had to snap and I had to say, you know what, I gotta pay for my church Sunday. I can't be playing, all
Right.
right, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I said, I apologize. I said I didn't have the understanding that she couldn't be over here at all. I had to understand that she could be over here for lunch. But hey, no problem. So go back to the office and say, more, pack it up. Hey, I'll see you. I'll call you later. She leaves out, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
I got these little, you get them little butterflies because, first of all, your temper is through the roof, but you
Yeah.
just suppressed it. So now your temper is sitting in your chest, beating on your heart, like, blue, 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 blue,
Is that
playing.
what it's doing?
It was just because, you
I
know,
feel you.
because back in the day, let's move on. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so the next day, here comes my supervisor, right? She walks in. She just as short as me. She walks in. She got a new wig on. I noticed. I was like, oh, that's cute. I didn't say it to her, but it was cute.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So she said, it has come to my attention. And this is what I've learned being there. When somebody leads off with, it has come to my attention, they don't really know how to handle conflict. They're following a script. So she said, it has come to my attention that your daughter was over here in your office. Now, this is the same supervisor that
They
you know,
closed the door.
you know what I'm saying? They said close it up. She tells me, well, from now on, she's no longer allowed, over here. Like over in the whole vicinity of the area. Nowhere around in here. So I said, okay. She said, so, if you want to have lunch with her or whatever. And then she said it come to my attention that she was in our break room too. I was like, yeah, that's where I warm up my lunch. Well, she can't be in there either. You know, just in case discussions will come. So I said, okay, no problem. No problem. I can walk over to where she is and go to lunch. I don't have no problem with. And then she, tells me, okay, your lunch needs to be at 11:30 since, because 2:30 is too late. I said, okay, got it. Cool, got it. So from that point on, that's February. From that point on, I didn't have no business. I mean, I stayed in the office. I didn't talk to nobody in the office because I couldn't hang out too much in the hallway, because then it has come to my attention, would come up. You get what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? It
Mm-hmm.
has come to my attention that you was walking a little slow down the hallway when you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to avoid all those type of emails, I stay in the office, do the mail, answer the phone, blah 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 blah, right?
Uh-huh.
So I call a Lyft because Sam, I ain't got no transportation. Come on, everybody know right now I'm in a struggle. I'm in a drought when it comes
Yeah.
to bills. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to call a Lyft. When I call a Lyft in the morning, I get to work at 7:30, right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
cool with that, long as I'm at work on time.
Right.
And then in the evening, I called the Lyft at 4:45, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Lyft gonna say 9 minutes, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So one of these particular days, the Lyft showed up at 4:58, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I came out my office at 4:48,
Mm-hmm.
right? And stood at the door to wait on the Lyft to pick me up. When I got to work the next day, I got a it has come to my
Email.
yeah, it has come to my attention that you left that you is not you didn't clock out the right time. You put 5 o'clock. I say, well, uh, the Lyft got here at 4:58. By the time I got in it, it was 5 o'clock. No, she told me no. When you clock out of your computer at the end of the day, that is the time that you are off the clock. I say, excuse me. She said, not when you leave out your office, when you clock out on your computer. So I said, okay, all right. Okay, cause she had rejected my time card. Girl, you can't play with my money. Now you playing my money. So she said you need to go back and put the right times in there because she had rejected my time. Go back and put the right time. So, and she said on Wednesday, you need to correct the time too. I said, okay. So I screenshot my Lyft and sent her the Lyft thing to show her what time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She said she ain't going by that. She going by the time I logged out my computer. So I need to put in there that on Wednesday I left at 4:54, and that on Friday I left at 4:45.
Hmm.
I said, yes, ma'am. Okay. Okay. Whatever you need. It's fine with me. I
Hmm.
said, but I'm really not. I said, I don't steal time, so I really don't understand what's happening here. But whatever it is, no big deal, no problem. What time do you want me to put? And that's the time she sent me back. Hey, you know. And then she approved my time. She just is not right for me to get
Um, Welcome to Chocolate City.
welcome, welcome.
And um you had a completely different attitude than I would have had.
Yeah.
when I went in there and saw a whole bunch of black people, you were excited, and I would have been looking for another job while working that one. And I'm sorry, I love my people,
Oh my God.
but I really don't deal with females too well.
Oh, me either.
And
Oh my God.
I I I don't deal with females too well, and for some reason, and and this is not across the board. This is not everywhere. This
Yeah.
is just what I have experienced.
Hmm.
Black women will downgrade another black woman in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
just because,
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
Um, now, had you been,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think of a different color
Hmm.
and went to work there, you probably would not have had as much trouble.
Right.
But um yeah, I can't I just can't. Yeah, our reaction is totally different. You were like, "Yay, I'm in Chocolate City." And I would have been like, "Man,
I got to
okay.
get out of
I
here.
need to get out of Chocolate City cuz this ain't what that is."
I mean, and it's
And
crazy.
it's not all black women because
It's
I
not.
don't do that. But at the same time, it's always the freaking competition. Like, what are you competing for?
Right. Right. I just do.
We all in this, and not to say we're all in this together, because everybody has their own individual separate lives, but damn, you gonna make it harder for the next person just because you feeling some type of way a day, or you think they got more than you, or you think they got preferential treatment, or because you've been there the longest and they're a newbie coming in, so you feel like you got to drop your nuts. Like,
Yeah. Like,
wait, what the
but
crap? That don't
but
even make
who
sense.
and who cares?
And
This is what got me, Zam. So one day, I like to change up my look. I like to, baby, it might be long hair, short hair,
yeah,
blonde hair, whatever.
no hair.
No hair. Girl
Yeah.
came to work right, beautiful. Look, I wore my beautiful black hair, girl. When I was wearing that hair, girl, came in there, so I was passing out the mail. And it's this one lady. She loves to say little stuff to me.
Little
And that's
snide
how
shit.
I knew that the Lord was in my life. I knew I was saved for real. People feel like I'm not saved because some of my ways are not whatever. So I was pushing in little mail baskets. I was having a good day. I was thinking about the Lord Jesus Christ. And I dropped and put the mail in the mail. And this lady say, "This must be your Friday hair." Now,
You should have said, "This is my fly day hair."
before I knew it, my eyes, I got eyes like daddy. My eyes bucked. And I just kept walking. Because the Lord Jesus Christ said, roll on. That's what and he wasn't talking about deodorant. He was talking about me in that basket. So I got the rolling because I knew what was at the top of my throat was not words
Hmm.
of edification. It wasn't a greeting
Yeah.
of a sort. And so the Lord Jesus Christ said, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep on, turn the corner,
Hmm.
turn it again, turn it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. She
And
could have. She
then,
could have. She could have straight got that. Yeah. This is my Friday hair, and if you need help with yours, you can come see me.
because it be busted a hospital. Let's listen. So I'm in Chocolate City, y'all. I'm trying to help some people out there that may be dealing with this. Listen. So this lady, so when I pass out the mail, certain things that can't go to certain people. So one of the ladies, I knew she couldn't stand me for all that is right and holy in Jesus Christ. She says, so she found she came to me and said, you didn't see this, you put this in my, you didn't see this. Now instead of her handing it to me and said, you know,
Yeah.
you probably didn't mean to put this in my mailbox.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of her doing that, she goes to the supervisor and hands it to the supervisor.
When all she had to do.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, welcome to Chocolate Factory.
Oh, the factory. That's what it is. And R. Kelly got locked up
Rolling.
for that. R. Kelly got locked up for that, for that. He got locked up for that very thing. Chocolate City. Chocolate.
Factory.
I can't even. I'm good. And then when she told me my assignment was up, this is how she did it. She sends me an email, which I didn't see the email because I was passing out. Let's move on. So when she calls me in the office, and she says, "Can I see you in my?" She comes to my office and said, "Can I see you in my office?" The weirdest thing in my life. So I said, "Okay." She said, "Whenever you get a chance." I said, "I'm like right now. I'm on my way." So I follow her to her office. So she says to me, um, 5 people came in here with and it's not at the same time. This is overtime, and I had been there over 6 months. She said 5 people came in here and said that you gave them mail that they shouldn't have. I said, okay. All right. I didn't even argue with it because I'm ready to go. Then I
Yeah.
said, okay. uh I said, okay, is that all? She said, and I want to let you know that on the 23rd, your assignment will be up, for here. I said, oh, okay. All right then. She said, um,
Whew, I would have been that bitch said, phew, finally.
girl, I was like, and it was like, and then this how it was a toxic work environment, because when you feel a relief when somebody's taking telling your job is over, you got to know that you was in a toxic situation. You got to know.
Yeah.
You got to know. It was such relief came over me. I had never, and then for that to happen to me today, where I come sit in the office on a Monday and I get an email that my time card has been rejected.
Again?
No, this is
No,
the
this is
whole. This is the
this is
same.
just oh, okay.
And I
And I
told you that my heart had a whole little drum beat going on with it. It was like do 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 do. When that lady got mad at me over 2 minutes. No, I think it was 6 minutes. And then it was 2 minutes. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever it is. I'm and I got 2 days left. I got Wednesday and I got um Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I almost didn't make it the whole day today. And I got a lot of Jesus in my life. A lot. And I almost didn't make it. I almost let go. Felt like I just couldn't take it anymore. But Jesus held me close and he wouldn't let go. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just telling you. He kept me. Now I'm okay. I'm done. So my replacement, right,
Mm-hmm.
is in the office across from me. And
Mm-hmm.
every time I come back to the office, my door is slightly open. So she was standing out there and I knew she had been in there. So I said, I said, did you see anybody go in this office? She goes in there and she takes stuff out of there. Like, she takes some stuff out the office. Let's move
Let's
on.
move on.
All right.
Yeah, that was kind of.
Traumatizing.
No, not really. It
Uh,
just keeps. I don't know. It's just something that ain't gonna never change.
it ain't gonna never
It
change.
ain't gonna never change.
But it was I can't say it was my first time experiencing it. It was my first time experiencing so much chocolate with that problem,
Yeah.
because the other office, it was a state office that I worked at. The chocolate was scattered all through the office,
Right.
but it's the chocolate that ended my you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
And like I said, it's not all of us, but it's a lot of us chocolates.
Yeah, it's a lot of us chocolates.
Yeah. Mostly the chocolate women.
Mostly. Mostly.
Mostly.
Chocolate and bad milk. Let's move on. Let's move on. So I was thinking about this, right? They was talking about the Sean Puffy Combs case, right?
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to use this as a segment of bozoism, along with the Chocolate City. Um, I saw a post on Facebook where they were shaming the Cassie lady. Is it the Cassie lady? Is that her name? I don't know.
Yeah.
They were shaming her. It was a lady, a black lady, that
Hmm.
was shaming her for testifying about, without filter, about what she went through with Sean Combs.
Hmm.
And what it I don't want to get into that, but what do you what are your thoughts on victim shaming, or how some black women, or how some black women uh will shame another one? I mean, just quickly blame, like you'll hear somebody say, look at what she had on.
Yeah.
Look, well, she was asking for it. Well, she put herself in a position. What do you think about that kind of stuff?
I, I mean, of course, it's not right. Um, and that really pretty much brings it back to that's when you deal with the facts.
Hmm.
That's the only time you can get through anything like that is because people are going to put their opinions and their thoughts and their half percent in things. And whether it's off of their personal experience or um, their lack of experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to be in the middle of a conversation or
Hmm.
to be seen or heard, just to put their opinion out there. So it's really, at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter what they say
Hmm.
pertaining to the totality of everything. But that also makes people who are victims not step up
Right.
because those who are victims who are looking up to people who have gone through what they've gone through and had the what do you call it, they've had the courage, to put it all out there so this other person can get what they deserve. I mean, it's just, and then it tramps down, tramps ta- it snuffs out, I'll put it that way, it snuffs out their willingness to come forward and do what needs to be done so it doesn't happen to the next person,
Right.
so that person can't do it to the next person.
Right.
So in all actuality, they just need to sit down and shut up and mind their own business, because whether or not, okay, case in point, okay, something happens to this lady, young lady, older lady, whatever, to this lady, and she doesn't come forward because she thinks, well, I do strange things for change, or I party a lot, or I have this certain lifestyle. So maybe it was my fault. Maybe, it was supposed to happen to me. And then they don't report it, they
Yeah.
don't say anything. So you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Where is my college age daughter at? Where is she? How come she hadn't checked in? How
Mm.
come she's not answering her phone? You know what I'm saying? All the things. All because somebody was afraid to come forward because of people like you
Mm.
tearing them down.
Hmm.
So that's something to think about. If
Mm-hmm.
you don't know the facts, if you weren't there, if you didn't see what your aunt, just shut up.
Yeah.
Everybody has an opinion, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have an opinion on a lot of shit,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't voice it all the time. Most of the time I keep it to myself because why? It ain't none of my damn business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm.
So with them doing the things that they do, they make it hard for the victims to come forward.
Yeah.
And then your daughter's missing.
Right.
Or shit, your son. It don't
Right.
matter. They have no, they may have preferences, but sometimes they just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So and it's really messed it's messed up.
It's crazy that I heard a lady say before, um, well, she was asking for look what she had on. Well, she
Mm-hmm.
thought she was all that. That's what she get. And it was so
See?
disgusting. It was disgusting because I have been in a situation where someone decided no didn't mean no.
Right.
I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Right.
And when you come out of such a traumatizing situation like that, at the time we were at a church where they blamed you for anything that happened to you.
Yeah.
Well, the lifestyle you was living. Well, God wasn't in your life. Well, God let it happen to you so you could find your way. It was so much going on around me in my head, in my mind, where
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel free. I felt like if I told I was going to be blamed for it.
Right.
I felt I was going to get in trouble. Now, this is how I was thinking. And this happened to me. And the
Yeah.
first thing I thought was, I got to get myself together because if a person found out about it, I'm going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
It
See.
wasn't that person fault that I wouldn't tell. It's you have to you have to create a safe place, a safe space for people, for your
Victims.
children, you know
For everybody.
for everybody, because it's things that happen. I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all about this situation. Not graphic because I don't want to mess with anybody's
Mm-hmm.
feelings, but I'm a grown woman with children. Start dating this guy. This guy would come. Oh, we would go for walks. The guy would come over. He cooked gumbo. He was whatever. One day, I decided to let him spend the night. Kids went to sleep, all this kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
We up watching TV, laughing, talking, all this kind of stuff. And later on, fell asleep. I woke up with his hand over my mouth. Now let me tell y'all this. Cause some people fly. You just jump fly and you say what you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I had to make I had to make a decision. Did I want to scream and let my sons come in there and see me like that? Or It's decision time, right?
Right.
And after that situation, I carried that around in my head, on my back for years. Because
Hmm.
in my head, I still had the thought of what that same thought I had when I was a little girl.
Right.
I let him in my house. I let you, and sometimes we allow people to get away with things because we blame. Well, there ain't nobody gonna believe me, and it's my fault anyway. Because I shouldn't. We excuse it away, but there's no excuse for a person violating you. There's no justification for it.
Right.
And so I commend women who come forward and and fight because
Yeah.
it could happen to someone else. That same person or do it to someone else. And when you stand up and you call that person out, put their name out there and everything, you know what it does? It helps it saves the long line of women that was gonna come next.
Right.
Yeah. And it causes
Right.
thing for those that he victimized before you.
Before. Yep. Yep.
So that's my stance on it.
It's like, and you can't, you weren't there, you don't know.
Yeah.
Keep your comments to yourself.
Yeah. And then y'all need to go over to Sisters United, check out the show where me and my daughter was on there, and she was saying that, well, she said men are dangerous, but she if you go watch the show, you'll understand where she's coming from. She's not saying all men are dangerous, but sometimes we're too trusting.
Right.
Listen, some men will never let you meet their mama until you like got a ring on your finger.
Hmm.
Women, you can meet my mama, my brothers, my kids, my this. We're too trusting sometimes.
Yeah.
They all in the house, I'm just
Yeah.
you know, I'm just saying. Sometimes we you know, shoot. I'm just saying. But
Yeah.
I'm just, and I, this I hope that we can do better
Hmm.
as a people. We can just do better. Or like Zam say, mind your business. Mind your business. Why you even got something to say? Mind your business. You don't want to help a person heal or get resources to get to that healing. Get on somewhere then
Yeah.
and shut up. Oh, I never let that happen to me. It happened to her because she weak. I would have did this. You don't know what you would have did.
Man, when certain situations come around, you can say what you want to, but you never know what you're gonna do until you get in that situation. And
And
then
that's
sometimes you don't know what you're gonna do then.
you don't.
You don't know until you do it.
You don't know. That's why I tell people, I mean, well, how you gonna just judge a situation? You look,
Yeah.
well, she this and well, she that. Are you serious? Are you serious? People with R. Kelly, I don't care. I'm playing this music. That's fine. Just as long as that's what you want to do. But don't come over here trying to tell me what I need to do.
Right.
Don't do it. You know, don't do it. People got to talk about that Bill Cosby situation. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. Cause
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of people who violate people. And I
And
wasn't there, so I don't know.
right.
You know. I mean, the R. Kelly thing, I wasn't there, and the praises be to Jesus Christ above. I wasn't there, so I'm gonna mind my business.
Mm.
Okay, I wasn't there. I saw the elevator situation with Sean Puffy Combs. I saw the elevator video. That's all
Elevator.
I saw. That's
Mm-hmm.
all I saw. I wasn't there. But I don't have no position. I don't have no right to go and say who wrong and who ain't and who this.
Right.
I ain't in it. He
Yeah.
had a lot of baby oil. I don't know. Maybe he was ashy. I don't know. I wasn't there. But it was a lot of baby oil. That's what I heard.
Uh-huh.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't
That's
know.
all I'm
But,
gonna say. You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just as as black women, we need not to be so quick to down um other black women.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
because and right now I'm to the point to where I have a very, very tight group
Yeah.
of women that I actually consider friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I can count them on both hands, and it might not be the full 10. Um, but outside of them, my siblings and my close coworkers that I work with, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That's how I am. I don't, I
Mm,
mean, I just mm-mm,
yeah.
mm-mm. And don't get me wrong, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've tried, but here we are. You know,
Yeah.
here we are today. You know, I don't like chocolate cities. I like chocolate towns. Okay. I do not want a chocolate city. I would rather have a chocolate neighborhood because I don't need the whole city. I
Yeah.
just don't. I'm just saying. Some of y'all get that in the morning, but you know what I mean. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. It's ridiculous some of the stuff that you go through with folk you ain't even related to, and some of the things. I mean, I don't need to. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. People who, when I'm doing something, and
Hmm.
you are supposed to be a friend, and you say, "Oh, you got your little car. I see you got your little this,
Oh, not little.
your little baby." I ain't calling you no more. I'm not gonna talk to you no more. It's people that call me today and say, "Girl, I ain't heard from you in a long time." Mm, yeah, yeah, okay. What you need? What you need? Because I know you're calling for something you need.
Yeah.
You know, you got to know which group these people belong in. Oh, that's my friend. That's my home girl. That's my colleague. That's my this. You better figure out which one they are before you end up in a situation.
True.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, I learned all this best friend stuff and all that kind of stuff. It's people that talk to you
Yeah.
sideways. You gonna find out that you need to stop calling everybody best friend. You girl, that's my
I
friend.
have I have always said acquaintances. That's what they are.
Yeah.
That word friend comes with a price.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some serious shit got to go down for somebody to get that title.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. For real.
serious shit got to go down for you to get that title.
For real. That's serious business right there. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. And then I'm okay. Let me give y'all the bozo. This is the bozo clue of the day. Okay. Let me write that down. I'm gonna do that every show. The bozo clue of the day. This is how you know they're not your friend. When you go to Facebook and they're on a cruise with all their friends.
uh, maybe maybe they're your friend, but you're not their friend.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it
And
right there.
that's a little one sided.
That's it right. Okay, okay. Clue two. When you in a group, when you go out with your best friend and she introduced her best friend. Oh,
Feelings hurt, want to fight.
oh, y'all fellas. Oh my God, Lord. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that was a good one. I'm gonna have to cut this
Mm-hmm.
back and write it down. Oh my God. She
Yeah.
introduced you to her best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I got a couple folk I know the truth about, and I'm just waiting for a particular time to tell them the truth. Cause I mean, mother used to go out and she used to take a chicken and she used to wiggle that chicken in a circle and that chicken neck would break.
Yeah, ring his neck.
Wring his neck.
Yeah.
She used
Uh-huh.
to wring his neck. And then the chicken used to run around with his head dangling. Okay.
Uh-huh.
His
That's a
head
that's a
just
yeah.
dangling.
Mm-hmm.
But his
So
body's still gone.
totally unnatural.
Totally unnatural. So my point is some of your so-called chicken heads is totally unnatural.
Mm,
And you got to wait till the right time for that chicken to fall dead. Because it's gonna fall dead. You can't function without head. It's gonna fall dead. Okay. So
mhm.
let it run that circle. Let it run around in a circle with his head cut. I'm telling you, it's gonna die. It's gonna die out. Just give it time. It's gonna die out. Okay. It's gonna die out. All right. And ladies, you ain't met his children yet, and y'all been together for a year. You ain't met his kids, his family. It's because
He's
somebody
still
else.
looking. He hasn't made a decision yet. He's still looking.
It's or someone else has met him already.
Mm. Or
Oh,
that part.
okay, okay. All right, Sam. What you want to say?
Mhm.
What you want to tell him, girl? This is a doozy of a show today. What you want to tell him?
Well, I've already told them to mind their business, and that that pretty much sums it up. But let's see today. I think I want to do something different. We're talking about friends,
Mm.
okay?
Mhm.
So I think one of the main things that needs to happen, um, mm, your friends don't necessarily agree with everything that you do,
Right.
especially when it could hurt you.
Mm.
So, um, a true friend will tell you the truth. Now, whether or not you adhere to it or not, that's something different, but they've done their job as a friend. So, and we know when we're doing things, and we know when we doing things and have shenanigans, participating in shenanigans that we really should not be doing. We know within ourselves, but we want people to agree with us so we don't feel so bad about it.
Mm.
That friend, that's the one that's gonna tell you the truth and be like, "Man, look, dude, you just need to sit down. You might need to sit this one out. It all seems fine and dandy right now, but tomorrow
Uh,
you ain't gonna feel so hot about this. If looking back on it, you
yeah.
ain't gonna feel so hot. You ain't gonna feel so hot if your child finds out about it.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna feel so hot if your mama know.
Yeah.
You know, you're not gonna feel so hot about it because you know.
Yeah.
You know, that's just a part of being a friend.
Wow.
You know, you just agreeing with something everybody says and does is that's not being a friend.
That's not being a friend.
No, they're hanging around for a reason.
Yeah.
You're
And when
supplying
you,
something for them, to them, whatever it is. It could be mental, emotional. It don't have to be money. It don't have to be physical.
yeah,
But they're getting something from you. So they feel like they need to agree with and not contradict you with anything.
right.
So
That's
stop
right.
calling everybody your friend.
Stop it. Stop it. And don't be desperate for a friend. Cause let me tell you something. You be desperate for a friend, you gonna get what you asking for. And then you gonna be upset. Toe up, broke down, busted up. We didn't talked about friends on the show before. That one that come to your house half naked in front of your man. Yeah. We done told you about them. Now we trying to help you today. Boom. There
Mhm,
you go.
mhm.
All right.
So and black women, be nice to each other.
Be nice. I
It,
mean,
it's not gonna hurt you, man. Your hair is so fly. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? It's not gonna hurt you to do that.
it's not gonna hurt you to do that.
It's not
And
gonna
then
hurt you to do that.
and then I'm just gonna let the cat out of the bag. You're both black. Let's go. That's all. I'm done.
Mm.
I just want to let it out, the cat out the bag. Both of you black. All right. All right. Love you all, but we gotta go. But we gotta go. Listen. Uh. Before we do, y'all know how we do it. Um. We don't skip no show with what we got to do. Okay. Um. Boom. There it is. BKZ in the building. Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
So y'all have family reunions, class reunions, family summer trips, girl trips, anything. Your brides, your bridesmaids or your groomsmen. Yeah, groomsmen, I don't know. I'm sure we could figure out something for them too. But just anything that y'all have going that you need group teas for, hit us up.
mm, mm. All right. All right. And that's hit them up. This is what you need to do. All right. This is Mellow Nail Galaxy. All right. Manicure and nail art. She will put you together. Okay. And that's where you find her on Instagram. All right. And she is also on, I believe she's on TikTok as well. But go to Instagram, book, and get your hands did. Okay. All right. I think that's it for tonight. It's been real, you know. Again, um, love you all, but we gotta go. Peace.
Praise the Lord, everybody.